Hi guys, Saloni this side and welcome back to our channel Codera. So this is the 25th video of our SQL tutorial series, and in the last video we discussed about the difference between where clause and having clause, which was very important topic of SQL. So if you want to watch that video, then you will find the video link in the description box. So in today's video we will talk about the SQL functions. So broadly we have these two types of SQL functions, which are built-in functions and user-defined functions. So guys, the built-in functions are the predefined functions provided by the database management system. So the built-in functions are available for use without any additional setup or configuration, while the user-defined functions are the functions created by the users or developers to extend the functionality of SQL. And the user-defined functions are the part of advanced SQL, which we will discuss later in this SQL tutorial series. So now let's talk about the SQL built-in functions. So majorly there are 5 types of SQL built-in functions, which are aggregate function, string functions, numeric function, date and time functions, and conversion functions. So we will discuss each of them one by one. So the first is aggregate functions. So guys, in SQL, aggregate functions are used to perform calculations on set of rows and they return a single value as a result. And this aggregate function summarizes the data within a column or across the multiple columns. So in SQL, we have these 5 types of aggregate functions, which are count, sum, average, mean and max. And we have already discussed about the aggregate functions in detail, so you can check out the video link in the description box. So guys, in today's video, we will talk about the string functions in detail with the examples. So we will discuss all these string functions one by one. So guys, our first string function is ASCII. So this ASCII function returns the ASCII value of a character. So to get the ASCII value of a character, we have to pass a character to this function. For example, select ASCII of character S. So it will return the ASCII value of character S. So let's execute this query and check its output. So guys, you can see the ASCII value of S is 83. So you can pass any character or symbol to get its ASCII value. So after the ASCII, our next string function is concat, which is very important. So this function is used when we have to concatenate or add 2 or more strings together. So this is the syntax to use concat function. So guys, in parentheses we have to pass the multiple strings that we want to add or concatenate, and as a result it will return a single value. For example, this query. So here we are passing 3 strings in the concat function. So the first is name, which is a column name of the employee table, and the second one is a string, and the third one is also a column name. So now let's execute this query. So guys, you can see in the output the values in employee code column are concatenated together. So this is how concat function works. And guys, our next function is also similar to the concat function. So the next string function is concat with separator, that is concat ws. So this function also concatenate multiple strings together, but it separate them with a specified separator. So in the query, with the function, first we have to pass the separator, then after that we have to pass the multiple strings that we want to add. For example, this query. So this query will add ID, name and department together, and it will separate them with the underscore, because the underscore is a separator. So let's execute this query. So guys, you can see the value in concat string column are concatenated and they are separated by an underscore. So this is how you can use concat with separator. So after the concat and concat with separator, our next string function is length. So with the help of length function, we can find the length of a word or a string. For example, this query. So here I have passed a string in a length function. So let's execute this query. So guys, the output is 6 because the string Saloni has 6 characters. And unlike the programming language, its word counting start from 1, not from 0. So its syntax is very simple. Here you just have to pass the column or string. For example, this query. So guys, with the length function we are passing name column, and we are also fetching the ID and the name from the employee table. So let's execute this query and check out the results. So in the output we have ID, name and the length of the name. So this is how length function works. So after the length function, our next string function is upper or UCase. So basically this function can convert a string into uppercase. So for this we just have to pass the column name or string to this upper function. For example, this query. So here we are fetching ID and name of the employee in uppercase. So let's execute this query and see the results. So guys, you can see in the output all the names are now converted into the uppercase. And guys, this function is very easy to use and also important. So guys, after the upper string function, our next string function is lower or L case, which is exactly opposite to the upper function. So the lower function converts the string into the lower case, and its syntax is also same as upper function. So let's execute our last example using lower function. So guys, you can see this time all the values in result column are converted into the lower case. So it is very easy to use upper function and lower function. So now our next string function is replace. So its name suggests it is used to replace all the occurrence of a substring within a string. So here is the syntax to use replace string function. So with this function, first we have to pass the string expression for which we want to perform the replacement. And then we have to pass a search string that we want to search in the string expression. And in last we have to provide the replacement string. So let's see an example for the better understanding. So guys, here in this query our string expression is xyz.com. Now we want to replace .com with .in. So our search string will be com and the replacement string will be in. So let's execute this query. So guys, this is the output that we want. So in this way the replace function works. Like in this query, we are using replace function to replace the HR department value with the human resource. So let's execute this query and see the results. So guys, you can see all the HR value in the result column is replaced with the human resource. So this function is very useful in SQL. Now after the replace, our next string function is reverse. So it is clear by the name of the function that it is used to reverse a string. So to reverse a string, we just have to pass the column name or a string inside the parenthesis. Then the reverse function will reverse it. So for example, this query. So here we are fetching ID and the name of the employee in the reverse order. So let's execute this query. So guys, you can see in the output with the help of this function, all the names are successfully reversed. So after this, our next string function is substring or substr. So guys, this function extracts a portion, or we can say a substring from a string according to the specified starting position and the length. So this is the syntax to use the substring function. So guys, with the substring function we have to pass three arguments. So the first is the string expression, which is the string out of which we want to extract the substring. And the second argument is the starting position. So this argument specifies the starting position of the substring within the string expression. And here the position is 1 based. That means the first character of the string is at position 1. And the last argument is length, which is optional. So this argument specifies the length of the substring to be extracted. And if the length is not provided, then the substring function will extract all the character from the starting position to the end of the string. So here is one example query. So guys, from the employee table we are fetching ID, name and a substring from date of birth, which has a starting position 1 and the length is 4. So now let's execute this query. So guys, in the output we have ID, name and the year from the date of birth of the employee, because we have fetched 4 characters from the first position from the date of birth. So in this way you can get a substring out of any string. Now our next string function is trim. So guys, this function removes the specified character or space from the beginning and the end of a string. And mostly we use this function to remove the leading and trailing space from a string. So this is the syntax to use the trim string function. So with this function we have to pass trim character, and then we have to write from keyword, and then we have to pass the string expression. And guys, here trim character is optional. So let's see some example for better understanding. So here is our first query. So guys, you can see here we have some leading and trailing space in this string. So let's execute this query and see the results. So guys, you can see the leading and trailing spaces are removed by this trim function, and in the result we have only the string without the spaces. Now suppose you want to remove only leading space from this string, then you can use ltrim function. So let's execute this query. So you can see in the results only the left spaces are removed, and if you want to remove the trailing spaces, then you can use the rtrim function, something like this. So let's execute this query. So guys, here you can see in the output all the spaces on the right hand side are removed. So guys, till now we have removed spaces using trim, ltrim and rtrim functions. But what if I want to remove any specific character from the string? For example, I want to remove this leading and trailing hash from this string. So in this case, I have to specify the trim character. So our query will be select trim, then we will write hash, which is our trim character, and then we will write from keyword, and after that we will write our string expression. So let's execute this query. So guys, you can see here leading and trailing hash is removed from this string. And here we have one more use case of trim function, that if you want to remove only leading character from a string, then you have to write the leading keyword, something like this. And likewise, to remove the trailing character, you have to write the trailing keyword with the trim function. So try to execute this query and let me know the output in the comment section. So after the trim function, our last string functions are left and right. So the left function returns a specified number of characters from the left side of a string, while the right function returns a specified number of characters from the right side of a string. So here is the syntax to use these functions. So we have to write left or right keyword as per our need, and in parentheses we have to pass the string expression and the length. So let's see one example for better understanding. So here in this query, we are using left string function on name column, and the length is 2. So this function will fetch 2 characters from the left side of the name column from the employee table. So guys, in the output we have ID and the first 2 character of the employee name. So in this way you can use the left function. And guys, here I have one more query using right string function on the date of birth column, and the length is 2. So execute this query at your end and tell me the output in the comment section. And guys, if you want to practice more on string function, then in description box you will find a PDF link for SQL practice questions. So guys, that's all about this video, and in the next video we will discuss the numeric functions. And I hope this video was informative for you. So if you found this video useful, then please like this video and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for watching.